Morning, Vietnam.
Don't do fucking drugs.
What's up, everybody? Podcast episode number 80, the BAE podcast, Come Correctmas holiday special podcast. I'm Liam,
I'm Steven.
and let's talk about what we have going on for BAE, basically the last month or so, but also we'll talk about how the year went and some holly jolly stuff that we'll get to. Obviously, this is a different podcast episode that we've done. Well, compared to what we've done in the past, we with the audio, we usually had a skit or something like that. I feel like with the video, it's a little different. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, let us know what you think in the comments below, especially if you're watching this on YouTube.
Yeah,
because this takes a lot of extra effort. So if you like seeing it and watching it, let us know. But if you prefer the audio, no sweat, just tell us.
let us know that too. We did a survey. I guess when we first started this, I think this is our 5th episode of doing it just straight video and audio. And one guy said, he's like, I like the video, but I'll probably still just listen to it on Spotify.
Yeah.
So let us know, really, seriously, because as we do enjoy doing this, but if it's work we can use, or the time we use to do this, we can put it to something else. I'd rather do that.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, so let's get into it. So tickets went live on Black Friday, so that was November 28th. We put all of the tickets that we are going to be selling for events live at a substantially discounted price. If you're wondering what that was, you can watch the previous episode of this podcast. But overall, I think from the big main event, the Tiger Mountain event's ticket sales, weren't too bad. We've had better years, but we've also had worse years. I think, guys, if you're planning on going, sign up. The tickets are still discounted to $50 off for Tiger Mountain, and they'll go up at the end of January. So you have about 2 months to get signed up. So,
same with the Pavin guys. You guys actually get a little bit more of a bonus on that because we do appreciate you all. So if you're thinking about it, get it now. It's even more discounted for you guys.
Yeah, and like we say all the time, it helps us plan. We're doing the discount, A, because we want you guys to save, but B, it's so we can plan for numbers. And it's just little stuff like, what we're doing. Like even down to patrolling. Like, are we patrolling in mass with the whole company? Am I going to have only a platoon worths of guys to have the event with for the GI? So I'm like, okay, now we'll do maybe squad size patrols. Same thing with the Pavin. Or I'm like, I got to give them some kind of a chance with 3 guys or 4 guys. It highly depends on the numbers that I know as soon as possible. That's the best way to say it. I would say overall, I was hoping more guys would have bought the calendar.
Yeah.
The calendar, it did sell. We did sell the calendar, and I think the guys who are featured on the calendar really should buy one. But yeah, I think the stuff like that, like t-shirts did all right. But mostly, most of the tickets, we sold out of those, the tickets I allotted for Tiger Mountain, which is really nice. So thanks to the guys who did, take the initiative and pay for their tickets in, I know in November, which is 8 months before the big event, 9 months before the big event, essentially. Yeah. So with that said, we'll do another sale probably in May. So like a spring Bay Day sale, and we'll probably throw in some kind of promo. But don't let me sway you from not signing up as early as possible, because it's still the cheapest price right now, and the cheapest price that it will be going forward will be the $150 for GIs and the $125 for the Pavin.
If it's not, you got to lock in that price now.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
it's $125. Yeah, good. So with that said, I think we can move on from that. Black Friday, it's always fun for me. It's a lot of work, but it's like you kind of see the fruits of your labor when you do release all the tickets, and there is some excitement. So, like I said in previous episodes of this, and even in person, it's like my only feedback or like is the response I get, you know.
Right.
So or my only drive is the response. So if we sold 0 tickets, I'd be like, what the fuck am I doing?
Mhm.
Right. So we did sell tickets, so it did kind of give me fuel to keep on going.
Mhm.
All right. It was a promo involved with the Black Friday deals, but it was the Power Base sweepstakes, and we had it where all the entries were doubled. So like Steven, who bought a lot of stuff, I think you ended up with like 6 entries.
Yeah, I'm hoping so.
Yeah,
I'm gunning for that. I'm 16 this time.
yeah, yeah. So we'll probably do something like that in the future. So the entries now, like with how we doubled the entries, we almost got half of the entries we did last year in like.
And that was for a full year's worth
Right,
of sales. Yeah.
right,
So
right.
the competition's going to be stiffer, but
Yes.
the prizes are as good, if not better. So.
Yeah, yeah. When Steve and I were talking about the prizes earlier, we went down the list and we have the same prizes as last year plus more.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, we're adding a poncho liner to the mix, I believe.
For guys that were on those Rons, you know how much you needed a poncho liner last year.
Yeah. So there'll be some more stuff. We'll mix it up. I think I'm gonna give you guys a chance to win the next year's event tickets. So 2027. So we'll probably throw in like whatever the big event for next year for 2027 is. That'll be something. So yeah,
That's almost bigger than the gun, really.
if you think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be.
That's exciting. Wow. Cool.
Yeah. All right. So moving on from that, the Power Base sweepstakes. Basically, it's spend $150 on the website, and you're entered. So it's increments of 150. So if you spend 150, you spend 300, you spend 450, you're entered to win a Tokyo. Nope. I've been saying that because that was the first one we did.
Mm-hmm.
A Classic Army M16A1.
Mm-hmm.
Among other prizes.
Mm-hmm.
We usually throw in you qualified because you bought spooky stuff.
Yep. Yeah, the spooky stuff was my big thing. I
Yeah.
think the calendars and the Big World Series. I know that was last year. I'm not sure. Same thing. Okay.
Yeah.
That's all good stuff.
Yeah. So
I like my.
we'll probably do the Bay World Series in the springtime
Mhm.
because it's like baseball season starts.
Yeah.
So we'll do
Yep.
something like that. But just stay tuned for that. Try to, like I said, right now if you sign up for any event, you're qualified because it's 150. If you're a Pavin guy, maybe buy a T-shirt extra or something like that, and you can get yourself qualified with the $125 ticket.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's move on to events. Just to run down all the events and all the costs right now. And the first one of our season is Bay Condo. And like myself and I know Steven, we've been talking about it. There is excitement amongst the Bay staff about that. And I think having that refresh for the training event that we usually do every year for the last 6 or 7 years is kind of refreshing. I know I'm saying refreshing too much, but it's kind of like gives it some new life.
It's a rejuvenated.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like a phoenix.
Yeah, rise from the ashes.
Yep.
So that's May 1st to the 3rd, 2026 at Old Bethpage Village Restoration in New York. Tickets right now are $75, and that includes a custom sweatshirt, which is a great deal. If you've already been to a fit and you have the required gray sweatshirt, the ticket price is only $60. So, and that's a 3-day event.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you're not playing airsoft, you're not shooting your rifle against somebody or fighting somebody, but it's still a training event. If you're looking at it from a reenactment point of view, it's as good as a reenactment. We're essentially setting up a display at this historic site.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a part of it, but I think it's still good value for your money. Good value for the ticket price. So definitely sign up for it. We have a whole new curriculum. Steve and I have been working on it. I don't want to give away too much.
Yeah.
But we're adding stuff that'll make your life a lot easier on patrols. Hopefully.
And just make sure you pay attention during the lessons.
Yes, for sure. All right. So that's May 1st to the 3rd, Bay Condo. The next one up is probably our smallest Vietnam event, which is Parrot's Beak. And that's going to be June 6th, 2026 at GCA in Connecticut. We've done many events at GZA. I think we might have done maybe between them and Zulu probably the most. We love GCA. We love the field. We love dealing with all those guys. So holding a Vietnam event there, which kind of started the interest for a lot of people, that site, and either us doing it or other producers running Vietnam events. So kind of doing one there once a year is like kind of an homage to the community there. So that one, June 6th, 2026, GZA, Connecticut. The tickets, I'm not sure about the price of the tickets. It'll probably be between $35 and $40. And it'll be just one day, and we'll try to keep it interesting. So Parrot's Beak, it's actually the Cambodian incursion late in the war. So we'll kind of do a history adjacent thing where we're kind of setting it up so you can come as whatever you want. There's no real uniform standards, right? Like I think you were planning on going as NVA for that one, or
possibly. Now that we're talking about it, I might go use the SOG kit again. We'll see. We'll have to see.
Yeah, I think for that one I may go as NVA just to use my NVA kit, because I don't think I'm going to be able to go NVA to any other event this year or for 2026. So that may be the event I go as NVA with my new green uniform.
Oh, true.
So that probably is when I'll be NVA. But yeah, you don't even have to show up with Vietnam kit. I think it's more of like a sampler. That's how we're marketing it. It used to be I would run that event as
Vietnam Milson,
the Vietnam
East Coast
Milson, East Coast Namsoft, just as a community event. It just got too confusing. So BAE, I'm just gonna do one brand. BAE it's a BAE event. Yes, it's not our big standard, heavy standards event, but this is more of like, see what we're all about. If you don't have any interest in Vietnam, but you still know us and want to come to one of our events, then awesome, great.
Come hang out, come get to know faces and names. And that's how I first did it. It was Hobo Woods back in 2020 or 2021? One of those 2 years. It was a while ago, but it was a lot of fun, and I got to meet all the guys. I saw Stramp bring out his China Lake before I even knew who he was, and it's really cool to see how much of the community grew from that, So this is, again, a community-based event, and it's where you can get your start, or even if you're in the community already, this is where you can, strengthen those ties.
Bring your friends. Bring your friends and be like, hey, this is an awesome series, and check it out. And see if you like this, maybe go to the big one.
So Johnny Bullfrog and I did it. I texted him. I was like, "Hey, BAE's running this Vietnam event." Well, I thought it was BAE back at the time. It was the East Coast Namsoft. I was like, "Dude, you got to come check it out. Bring your RPK." And like in hindsight, it's funny to laugh at, but he's NVA leadership now. It's cool. That was a big root event for a lot of my friends and I.
Right, and I think that it's important to do stuff like that. So I think because we used to, BAE used to do stuff like that as modern events and try to get people hooked on to Vietnam from our modern events. And we did get people, people knew us as Vietnam. They just wanted to see how we were with going in their multicam kit. But now I think it's let's just do Vietnam. Just do a simple Vietnam event.
This is what we're good at. Let's dive right into it.
Yep.
Whole way.
All right. So next event is probably our first multi-day in the bush one. This series is my favorite series. I think I had so much fun at Mobile Guerrilla Force this year. So we're really expanding this one. I've touched on this a little bit in previous episodes, but it's called BAE, the Battle of Comduck, and that's June 25th to the 28th, 2026, at Spiros' property in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. Tickets right now are $110. And they're on sale because they're going up probably the same timeline as Tiger Mountain. The goal for this is to do a mini version of what we did at Ben Het. So if you went to Ben Het and you like that A camp, that's what we're planning to do, but at Spiros' property, which I just love. To me, that property has the most jungle feel of any property we've used. So I just love like going through that brush, and it's all the vines, and it's like that old forest where it's like grown over itself. So it's really cool there. And the terrain is pretty flat. So if you're not in the best shape, we were talking about that with my brother earlier. It's like if you're not in the best shape, this might be the one to go for.
Yeah, it's still going to be hardcore. You know,
Yes.
like we're still going to have the rucks that we're going to be maneuvering with. But again, if the A camp is involved in any capacity, which it should be, that's the plan. You know, you'll at least have some opportunity to rest on a cot one night.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if I had my way, we'd be out there both nights. But
We should be.
Yeah,
But
we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. But again, that heavily depends on who signs up and when, and how many people we get. Because if we're getting like the same 10 guys, it's probably not going to be worth putting up a camp. But we'll still have a kick-ass time in the bush.
Absolutely.
So it's really dependent on who signs up early and who's showing up and how many people we get.
The Arvin group should be there, right? The last event that we opened it up for them, and that was a huge success.
And I'm hoping more. I'm hoping more of those Arvin guys show up. So
absolutely.
Arvin guys, if you're watching, get signed up. One has already signed up. I won't tell you who it is, but he already did the right thing and he's registered and ready to go. So, all right.
I know I'm going for NVA that event. I'm excited. Stramp, I talked to Stramp over the phone, and we hung out last weekend. He's letting me borrow the RPD. So us NVA are going to have a little bit of extra support to go against that. I don't want to spoil what he's bringing, but I'll let that kind of sit there.
Yeah. Well, he is staying as
yeah, he's going GI. We're breaking up the boy band.
Yeah. And but you're getting Ferrucci though.
True.
So
yes, we are stealing Mooch. Yep.
Ferrucci isn't the quietest guy, but I don't when the BB start flying, that's probably like one of the best guys to have.
Hands down.
Yeah.
He will die a glorious death.
Yes.
It's great.
Yeah. So I'm a little nervous against fighting. I hate fighting against Ferrucci, but also I kind of love fighting against Ferrucci. But it doesn't really happen that often.
He won't outsmart you, but he will outgun you.
He's more brute force.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I gotta talk him. I gotta see what he's gonna do for Parrot's Beak now. Yeah. I don't know. All right. I hate fighting against him and John Van Ness. So. All right. So the big one, Tiger Mountain Operation Cochise 2. We're calling it Operation Cochise 2 because it's the second time we're doing Operation Cochise Green. So we're hoping to build off like that event because that's arguably our best event ever.
That's legendary.
Which is Operation Cochise Green.
Yeah.
I think that event 2 was our third one, and that put us on the map. Like people knew about us. When we started Junction City, the first year, people wanted to go. They knew us from other events, and word got out. MacArthur happened, and MacArthur was good. It was a good second year, but I feel like we just had like this buzz around Cochise Green, and after that event, everyone was like so pumped, and it really led to the success of Oregon Trail. In terms of the numbers we had for the Pavin, which was crazy. We had like 30-something Pavin guys. It's insane. So I'm really hoping to capture that feel. And I'm going to touch more on that later on with what I want to see for 2026.
Yeah.
But in terms of the base, I want that base life. I think we had it this year at Green Lightning, but I just want I'm gonna really double down on my vision this year, and really push for that feel that we had at the first Operation Cochise.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that's July 25th to the August 2nd, 2026, at Warwick, New York. So it's important that I say Warwick, New York right now because for the past 3 years, or the past 2 years, we've had to wait. We've had to wait until the spring to get that locked in. We have it locked in now. So there's no excuse not to sign up not knowing where the event is. And I'll have to say, I'll give credit to the guys in previous years that waited. They actually did sign up this year early because they knew where it was. Good. Right? So
that's an awesome venue too. Like,
dude, yeah.
It's such a good one.
Yeah, and I plan to I guess, continue on all that rucking we did this year.
Oh yeah.
And I think we're gonna, even if we're not rucking as hard up the mountains, we'll be out longer. So like that think about that Friday where we went out and came back.
Yep.
We may go out and not come back until Saturday morning. So that's out. We're out for 12 hours straight or longer, maybe almost 24 hours straight.
So make sure you check your boots.
Yes. Yeah. Check your boots, water, all that stuff. So guns. Make sure your rifles are working. We'll get to that. Yeah, when we start talking about the event and getting guys prepared. We'll have to touch on that
for sure.
But I'm really excited. Like, I really want to capture that vibe and get the old guard back in a lot of ways. And like I said, I got to touch. I'll save it for later on. Later on in the episode. The tickets right now are $150, and they're $125 for the Pavin. So $150 for the GIs, $125 for the Pavin. T-shirt options, we have $170 for the GIs, $155 for the Pavin. We also have a watch, a special edition watch, and that I think was $175 and $160 I think for the NBA. Don't quote me on that. Or if you want to buy it and you want to call me out and it's not that price, argue with me and I'll let you go. But yeah, the fact that we have Warwick locked in right now is big. Like from our point of view, like with planning, we kind of couldn't fully commit to plans until we knew Warwick. Like that was a responsible thing. Yeah, obviously we did plan assuming that we were going to be at Warwick at times, but now it's like we know exactly what the expectation is, or what our expectations can be, or what our limits are.
There's nothing in limbo.
Right.
Yeah, so we can hit the ground running.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the fact that that's locked in is big for us, and it should be big for you guys. Like, so seriously, like, we can't stress it enough. Get the time off. You know where the event's going to be now. The tickets are cheap now. Save yourself some money. Sign up so we know who's coming, and that goes for new guys, old guys, staff, guys who haven't been around in a while, and you're thinking about it. Come, we miss you, and that's something we're going to talk about later on.
It's Joe Sabia and Lifer Hacks.
Yeah, I'm coming. Hold your horses. Hold your reindeer. Ooh. Can't spell that.
Come on, Joe.
What? Who said that?
Put the headphones on.
Okay.
You're already on the air. Pick up the clipboard and read the script.
Ow!
Jesus Christ. Get it together.
And what's your fucking language? It's Christmas, for Christ's sake. Listen, whatever of Lifer Hacks, tips and tricks for the trails. Name your shit, especially your canteens. Writing your initials on the canteen cap and your name on masking tape to go on the body of the canteen will make keeping track of them foolproof. And that's, take it from me, a fool, I should know. Masking tape will help pick up the red lens light from your flashlight a lot better, making your shit easier to find at night better. This also pertains to mess kits and utensils as well as uniforms. Once your t-shirts, socks, shorts, hats, and all the other crap get hung up on laundry lines, it's easy to lose track of which are yours. So to make life easier, you can get a small name stamp made up and a permanent ink pad of permanent ink. Remember, there is only one thief in the army. Everyone else is just trying to get their shit back. This is Sergeant Sabia signing off. Show some respectus and come correctmas. Am I done?
Yeah, you're done all right.
Ow! The hell? Oh, God. You stay. You come with me.
All right, so the next segment we have going on is a little bit of a tradition that we're carrying over from my dad, where he would award the dumbest shit of the year, in honor of the Fred's dumb shit rants.
Mm-hmm.
So this is an award that we have, the Fred Walker Dumb Shit of the Year award, and we're awarding it to some of the dumbest shit that we've seen at events. And this year we thought about it, and it was kind of tough because there wasn't that many dumb things that happened. But there's one that stood out to us in particular, and this is actually compliments of Mark Strasburger. And it wasn't Mark Strasburger per se, but it was a trooper under his command during an ambush that we had visual of the NVA tracking us, so we knew they were coming. So his squad was all posted up, ready to go in an L-shaped ambush. And all of a sudden, this is Strasburger telling us the story. He hears like crumpling, crickling, like, yeah, I'm trying to look for the noise, but
yeah.
He looks over, and this guy's eating a candy bar with the NVA trying to. The GIs are hiding, and the NVA are walking into their kill zone, and this guy's eating a candy bar. So
Rookie move.
Yeah, so we have to give it to Ian Durno. Congratulations on the Dumb Shit of the Year award.
Why the fuck do you think it's okay to open up a candy bar in the middle of a fucking ambush?
Like seriously, come on. Like, you gotta like, man. And he's just like red, you know. If you guys listen to the Fred's Dumb Shit rant, you know what we're doing. Steven's he tried to do like the boomer.
Yeah, it was not good. It was not good.
Yeah, let me tell you something. I can't know what I'm doing, but yeah, he definitely might, like, the wizard or my dad would have heard that and probably lost his shit hearing about that.
Oh yeah,
for sure. Yeah. So yeah, so actually I think we renamed it Fred's Dumb Shit Rant, but we're giving it the Fred Wachter Dumb Shit of the Year award. So Ian Durno, congratulations! I hope you listen to this podcast because you earned it. Okay, all right. So we'll get a little holly jolly here with the Christmas holiday theme, the Correctmas holiday theme. And the question is, what do the boys want for the holidays? So I wrote this and I really didn't think of anything, so I'm going to think of something on the spot. I'm going to go, so my usual wish is, I'll go first since I know you have to think about it. Yeah. My usual wish is for a venue that I can call my own, and not realistic, but I think a realistic one will be me finding the time and the place to pimp out the mule.
Ooh.
And by pimping out, I have all the pieces. I have a brand new steering wheel. I have brand new tires. I have all this new stuff. I just need to find somebody who can do it for me. So if anybody knows anybody who can put on mule tires, let me know. And I think that's a realistic one. So that's my holiday wish, is to get my new tires I've had. I've had the mule for 6-ish years. I've had these tires for 6-ish years, and I just haven't been able to get them on. So I want to get them on and maybe clean up the engine a little bit, the carburetor and that kind of stuff too. So that's mine. Yeah, that's mine.
That's a good one. All right, mine is a lot more simple, a lot more down to earth, almost literally. I bought at the event at one of the duffel bag shows a brand new, beautiful wooden cot. It was practically brand new. Like, you could still see all the stamping for the instructions and everything. Like, fantastic. I get to the event. I had set it up in my basement for an entire week prior. No problem. Sat on it, laid on it, no issues. I get to the event, and I'm not that much of a fat body. Bigger guys have laid on wooden cots and survived. But I think this one was just so new old stock that I tore out all of the threads on one of the sides. So the entire half of the cot is just not holding itself up anymore. It's stuck on that little suspension rung thing, that little ring that goes around the middle post.
And you survived the whole week like that?
It must have happened a couple days in, because I would hear, and so I was kind of like in a little cocoon, and my body was laying on the wooden posts. It was not comfortable. I made it, but that's why I had to take so many naps, because I struggled. I need to get that thing repaired, or I just need to find another one and leave that one as, like, I don't know, a display or something. I don't know. But that's going to be my wish, to find another beautiful cot for a good price that won't shit the bed, literally.
That's a realistic one.
Yeah.
That's a realistic one.
I can find
cots are you can find them.
It just broke my heart and my back.
Yeah. That's a good one though, because that's realistic.
Yeah.
It's not like Ferrucci where he's asking for like an FG-42 or something.
Oh, I really want an airsoft. I can't do the impression.
You know. Like I said, you know. So
You best believe.
yeah, you got to do the all right, so that's we're the boys, I guess, this year.
Yeah.
There's only two of us.
Mhm.
So let's talk about the 5th annual BAMEs. So I got a host here, one of the hosts. So the bit for the last 2 years was that Polak was stealing Ferrucci's show, right, as his hosting job. This year we decided that joke is old.
Yeah.
So we're just going with their co-hosting.
Mm-hmm. I'll share the space.
Yeah, we
Nice
had-
guy of the year kind of behavior.
I had Strasburger lined up to be the new host. We were figuring doing maybe like a 2-year cycle. But Strasburger was away in January, so he wouldn't be able to do it. So we're sticking with the tried and true host duo here with Polak and Ferrucci. And yeah, it's pretty exciting that it's like we've been doing that for 5 years now.
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty good.
It's a
Like,
big one.
yeah. So if you don't know what the BAMEs are, it's an award show. Basically, we go through the whole year and more or less vote like the Academy Awards. You know, so it's like winning a what is it, a Grammy or yeah. And we have 30 something categories. You know, we have BAE of the Year, GI of the Year, NVA of the Year,
The Battle of the Year.
Battle of the Year.
Venue of the Year.
Gasman of the Year. We had one of the new ones from last year was Comedian of the Year. Really good one, Caveman of the Year. And you usually think it's Ferrucci, and he's probably won more Caveman of the Years than anyone. But it's actually surprisingly competitive with like guys like Cassidy and Fatka around. So stay tuned for that. That's probably gonna be an audio. Actually, it's definitely gonna be an audio. There's too much production value behind that.
Yeah.
I would love that. That would be my Christmas wish. Do a full like
Get a
rent
stage
out
and
a
everything.
stage. Yeah. Imagine that. But
Fill the seats with fans.
Yeah. But like a real red carpet instead of our green screen with us in front of it, like a bunch of idiots.
An awkward sideways standing.
Yeah,
You see more shoulders and noses.
Yeah. But yeah, it'll definitely be audio, and yeah, we'll probably put that together sometime in January, and it'll release in January. Voting is going to be starting. We got to finish the nomination process. You know, guys get nominated all year. So if you did have a nomination, or anybody can nominate. But we have like the core BAE staff as like the BAE Academy, and they do the votes. So if you have anybody that you think should be nominated for any of those topics or those categories, let us know. And voting usually starts around the last week of the year, so it'll probably be the week.
Christmas and New Year's.
Yeah. But it's always a fun. It's a lot of work, that episode, but it's a lot of fun. I always have fun doing that. I love like doing the audience and the music, like, and the announcement, like presenting the award for. So that's always fun. And then writing the dumb jokes. It's just I don't know.
And it's a good shout out to all the people who go to the
course,
events, you
yeah.
know? Like,
And
it's not just, we're giving each other awards. It's,
Right, and it's not like it's not self-praise,
Mhm.
but also at the same time, it's not like a popularity contest either.
Right.
I love it when guys who. That's why I love the categories that are centered towards new guys, because they're not necessarily like staff. So a lot of times it'll be like a guy who just it's his first event and he was an ace. He was a stud. He did great, and he gets a recognition for that.
Right.
So that's what I really like. Obviously, the guys who show up every year and are part of the whole planning process and putting all this together, spending a lot of their time and money. Yeah, they deserve praise as well. So I think like Steve said, it's a good avenue to show that we do recognize everyone's efforts. So okay. So talking about 2026, what do you want to see at events for 2026?
I would say my biggest one is, as a platoon leader, I want to see a filled out platoon, and I want to have another platoon leader on the other side of me.
Yeah.
I know every year we always hope for more people, and I felt like this past year the quality of people was there. Like, we had good people that showed up. It was small, like it wasn't our largest event ever, but everyone who did show up was pretty much a rock star. Couple exceptions, you know who you are, or you don't, because you don't watch these anymore. But the point is, I'd love to see more people to help fill out and make it a more immersive experience for everyone.
Yeah, agreed. And so mine's somewhat adjacent to that. I just want to see a lot of the old guard come back, or guys that were missing last year that have been coming every year, now come and attend the event. We missed them. We missed everybody who didn't show up last year that we were expecting to. I'm talking about the guys that missed last year, but I'm also talking about the guys that haven't been there in a few years. And I want to touch on what I brought up earlier, where I want to get that feel from the first Operation Cochise Green. And I think I don't want to call the names out. You guys should know who you are. Hopefully you still do watch this podcast. You probably don't. But maybe word will get to you and you can show up. And I just think, like last year, we could have used a lot of those kind of guys. Because we had so many new guys. Guys who've never been to events before. Guys who are new to BAE, who may have been to other events similar. But the staff needed help. And I think the regular Joes could have used help. And like that insight. So
We just miss you.
we just miss you guys. Yeah. So that's what I want to see. I want to see the old guard come back. And like I said, the old guard from years ago, but also the guard I'm calling them the current guard because they missed last year, but there's guys who missed last year that I think would have made a big difference. We could have had another platoon. We could have had two full platoons if those guys did come. So that's what I want to see at events for next year, because I think at Green Lightning, I think overall I would say 90% of the guys that came were prepared. They kind of had realistic expectations of what they were going to get out of the event. I'd say 90% because there were a few stragglers that didn't, and they just didn't last the event, and that's usually what happens. But the guys who did stay with the camaraderie and the morale was awesome.
Yeah, it was, everybody was helping out everybody.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And the fact that even though we had all those cleanup challenges with how long it took to get everything packed up, so many of the guys that did stay, you know, it was just out of pure, like, hey, we're all in this together. And that's, I think, something that we could really continue on. I'd like to see that.
Yeah, we just need the guys to show up. The like I said, the core staff. It's really the staff guys that come every year that we rely on that didn't come last year. They were very missed, sorely missed. If you think we're not talking about you and you're in those chats, we're talking about you. Yeah. We miss you guys. We need, in many ways. But yeah, we want you guys to come back. So, okay. So let's talk about the Tiger Mountain Operation Cochise Green 2 settings, right? The setting and the theme of the event. So it takes place May 1968, which is during Phase 2 of the NVA's Tet Offensive. It was also called the Mini Tet or Spring Offensive, and the 173rd. They really kickstarted Operation Cochise Green during that time, and it was a kind of a retaliatory operation to pacify the Bangsong floodplains. One of those, I guess, features in those plains was the mountains on the eastern side of that province, which was called the Tiger Mountains. And there was a lot of other mountains there. I just thought Tiger Mountain sounded cool, and a lot of my research pointed to the Tiger Mountains. So I was like, let's use it.
Yeah.
So so we have the 173rd. We're still going to be Company B for the GIs, and the NVA is the 3rd Division PAVN, which they operated heavily in I guess around LZ English in that province. So
along with the NLF, right?
the NLF, yes. So the NLF at that point would have been somewhat attached to them. They operated under the NVA by that point. So we'll have there's I guess the NLF apparatus that is attached to the 3rd Division. So another thing to expect at Tiger Mountain is aggressive patrolling up and down that hill, and we went up really in between two mountains, right? 2 hills, with a saddle. If anybody's been to FTX, you would know that terrain feature. We're going to be going up and down all those saddles, in between, down, back up. I really want us to be out on one patrol to be a full 24 hours. So that goes for both sides too. I know the NVA are going to have their little camp, and I'm expecting them to be out for a pretty long time as well.
Pack your rucks, guys.
Packing rucks, yes. So that is something that I've tried in the past, successful, sometimes not successful, and I kind of shied away the next year, going, I gotta keep guys in the fight, gotta keep guys in the event. This year I really want to go hard, especially on one of those nights. So expect aggressive patrolling for both sides. All right, so we got a pretty special supply run spotlight happening right now.
Supply run spotlight.
And we're ending off 2025 with quite a bang. What we've got here is a collection of pyro-related pieces, all produced by yours truly and other members of the BAE staff community. Now, pyro is kind of a cool thing that you do see at events, whether they're tag-ins or Enola Gays, whatever. They're not used as often, but what was really cool to see, especially on patrol, in video, or even just for a general impression, is the replica pyro. Stuff like this, these dummy pieces that absolutely pop on a kit or a rucksack or whatever. So this is some of the stuff that we've been producing here with BAE. Like, BAE has their own produced M26 lemon grenades that you can find at the PX.
Metal and plastic.
Metal and plastic. So if you want to be a wimp and save some weight, get the plastic ones. But yeah, they're all pretty cool. The other stuff that we've got include things like the M18 smokes or the AN M14 incendiary grenades. These are produced by me, and this was a Gen 1 run that I ran at the PX this past year, and they sold out. They're pretty positive response. However, I am making quite a few updates in that now. In addition to having better material in the paint being a little bit more durable, as you can see, this one lasted an event or two, and it's got some chips in it. I am going to make them real weight as well, and not just like a bunch of sand or pebbles at the bottom. This is going to be filled, real weight, so it's going to be a little bit more realistic and a more premium version of the smoke grenades. And you can see them in PB, MEI, different brands and everything. Like, my favorite right here is the purple, but you'll also see it's MEI, so the coloring on it is sort of blue. Rather than the white that you do see. I will make versions in both, but, really cool stuff that I enjoy making. Now, the last one for the supply run spotlight comes from one of our good buddies, Alex Stramp, and he makes these M34 Willie Pete smoke grenades. And these things look beautiful sitting on the side of a rucksack or your web set. Now, he has this in sort of like the Robin's Egg Blue, but the Eggshell White is a very correct version that he also will be producing, so stay tuned for that. All of these sorts of things you can pick up at the BAE PX and maybe other channels as well, but right now, if you're interested in any of these, definitely hit us up at one of the events. Even if you go to the FTX, not the FTX, we'll have to cut
Duffel Bag Show?
Yeah, the Duffel Bag Show, or Big Hondo, that's the word I was thinking of. Yeah, if you can find us at either one of those, just PM us prior. We'll likely bring you some of these.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I was asked a lot of questions about these, and like we even were looking up like the material, trying to replicate what the material would have looked like, and the paint. I remember helping you guys out with the paint on these, and a lot of work went behind these to get them as correct as possible. Darius and I, years ago, we actually made a label and put the label over. And it was kind of like the archaic way before we had like 3D printing,
right,
like we do now. And yeah, these just came out so good.
Yeah, we used the period ones. They're not stickers on it, and it's not paint that is etched out or whatever. It's actual stamping. So that's what we were able to do. I designed some of the labels in a 3D format, or in a 2D format. Stramp was able to make it 3D, with some rubberized 3D printing, and then we're able to produce it on these aluminum bodies, which is pretty darn solid. These are actually filled, but they're not real weight. They will be real weight in the next version. So, it's a pretty realistic looking piece, and they wear sort of nicely.
Yes, that's why the chips I don't think are bad. Like I had, a few of the nice Saigon Logistics ones I have chips in them. They look really good. If you're into like adding to the flair of your kit, like I actually have the eggshell white one of these, not Stramps, but one I just found randomly on eBay, and everyone asks me where I got it, but I do have it on my shoulder piece here. It's just an extra weight. With the BBs, they're not as heavy as real ammo, right? So when your mags are loaded, your water, sometimes if you have your water towards the back, weighs it down. So I like to have the two metal grenades on the front to kind of counterweight. So having these, if Steven's going to fill these up with real weight, they might, yes, be flare, but also might be somewhat functional, and that's what I think is like a bonus selling point to these.
Absolutely. One of my favorite things, Daniel Hall is starting his collection of them because he was our RTO last event in Operation Green Lightning, and I think he's planning the same this time. But on the back of his radio, he's got a few of them right now, but there's many pictures you'll see with them lined entirely, and I hope he gets to that point because these would look cool on it. Yeah, one year my ruck, I had the whole collection of grenades across my back, and I was like, it's too much. So yeah, I stuck with a few select grenades. But I plan on. I mean, this is the one I got from Steve, and this is I when you told me you were doing these, I was like, you got to make. Oh yeah. You got to make an orange. That's a limited run. I've only done a couple of those, and I might do more, maybe with some updated paint scheme. But I love how the stamping came out on that one. That was, that's probably one of the cleanest.
And then when we do Doc Toe, you need to get the CS Crystals one.
Yeah.
You got to do a gray one with the red.
Yes, I have the stamp for that actually.
Yeah, so because the 173rd, they were big into using CS crystals from CS grenades, so that'd be pretty cool to have that. All right.
That was the supply run spotlight.
Yep. All right, and so the last big part of the Come Correctmas Holiday Special podcast is the end of year discussion, and we usually spend a good portion of it. I don't know how long it's going to take with just us two and on video, but we'll get to it. And the first question we ask ourselves is BAE growing compared to the year before? So did BAE grow compared to 2024? And I think I like to say that we do grow every year. I think it's just more of how fast did we grow. Did we grow faster from 2023 to 2024? And I think it's a mix. I have mixed feelings about it.
Yeah, I feel like we didn't hit numbers as much as we did last year.
Well, I think we had more.
Oh, we did. Okay,
we did it more because remember, we were still bigger than Ben hit.
That's true. Okay. So and we had a bigger Arvin event with the Arvin guys.
Yes.
So all right, maybe I'm off base in saying that then. If numerically we got more, because I was gonna say I felt like the quality of guys was good this year.
Yeah,
in a way that was different.
So you would count that as a growth.
I would.
Yeah, me too. I agree with that. So if we're comparing events, right? That's our base, our general base, right?
Yeah.
How many people showed up to the event? Let's compare Dragon's Back to Green Lightning.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Dragon's
if we're gonna go with that.
Yeah.
If we're gonna go that way. Did we have more guys? We had more guys at Dragon's Back.
Yes.
But when I was looking at when I look back at the numbers now I'm thinking back when people were like, "Yo, we don't have that many guys," and I'm like, you know what? At Dragon's Back, remember we did have one platoon practically full. So it probably was comparable. I'm going to say maybe we were more level in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
So maybe we've hit a plateau a little bit that I think we want to grow. And here's the thing. Circle back to my what I want to see at events.
Yeah.
I think if we get those guys that we rely on and count on showing up every year that didn't come for 2025, that come for 2026, that growth will show with all those new guys we had.
Yeah, I agree.
I think social media wise, I mean it's steady, right? I haven't checked our numbers recently, but it seemed like we still get like steady like likes and
Yeah, we've had a few good
Yeah.
posts this year that have just jumped up and
Yes.
been pretty good.
and I've also
good.
noticed our what do you call it? I guess
Discord.
interactions. Well, I'll get to Discord, but our interactions on Facebook, like people do I see people comment
Yeah.
on our stuff a lot
Mhm.
more often than years previously.
Mhm.
Discord has definitely grown. It's grown into
Yeah.
what it wasn't intended to be.
Well, here's the thing. I think Discord did grow, and we had that huge bubble show up,
Yeah.
and then we had to rein it back. And I think we are now, personally, I feel we're at a level with Discord where, yeah, we still have whatever happened, but it's not as bad as it was. It's not nearly as
No,
bad.
but-
But I think we're in a good spot with it.
Yeah,
Ending the year.
There was a growing pain for that, for sure, for sure. But it
Sorry, we're good.
bless you.
Thank you.
But I gotta remember, when that Discord was first built, it was intended to be a tool to organize events for guys who already signed up.
Mhm.
So that's what it was, and it's turned into really a platform for us to recruit guys to sign up for events. And I guess I'm fine with that if it's working and it's worth the effort of adminning and policing that server. And it seems like that's starting to pay off because I've noticed a lot of buzz and interest from guys I don't know how they find our servers. They must see it on social media or hear about it word of mouth, and they come to our server and they ask questions. And a lot of those guys this year are part of that group that signed up for Tiger Mountain. They're first timers. They've signed up from us talking to them and get make sure they have the right gear. So maybe that's paying off, and that growth, like you said, like we kind of had to eat shit a little bit with it, and now it's starting to pay off for us.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think the growth from there is definitely is an up. It's a good improvement.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Again, as I said with my wish, I would just love to see the people show up. And that doesn't just necessarily mean like, oh yeah, I'm just going to sign up. It's telling your buddies and being like, hey, you want to just try this?
Yeah.
It's not terribly prohibitively expensive to get into. Yeah, we always say, oh, get a lightweight ruck. But again, as we've talked about in many podcasts previously, you don't need one. You can make it with a butt pack and, a bag slung over your shoulder. Like there's
especially
ways
for for your first event.
Yeah.
You don't need and that's the thing is like I think a lot of guys they see, and like you and I, let's not even count us, but they'll see like a guy like I'm trying to think of a guy who's been going for a while that's with the Joes. Like Cassidy's like starting to get there, but like a guy who has everything that's been going right. So
like Stramp.
Stramp's a good one.
Yeah.
So Stramp has a cot. He has his footlocker. He has this. He's been doing it for now 4 or 5 years. So you're a new guy. You're like, oh man, I don't have all this shit. Like, no. Like when Stramp started, I remember he started. He really just had a cot and a duffel bag, and I think he felt the pressure to get maybe he did feel the pressure that first year to get something else. But remember, his first year with us, he was intimidated to go to the big event. So all he did was go to the
Mike Force
event.
Yeah.
So and then a year later, he came a little more prepared. I don't like that's his journey, right? Like that's just his personality. I would prefer you to go with the bare minimum. We'll take care of you. We'll make sure you make it if you're willing to, and go to the first event. And the second year, you're like, okay, now I think this works for me. I'll get that. Daniel Hall is probably a good example.
Yeah.
He came. He did ask a lot of questions, and he did buy a lot of stuff to help him get prepared for this. But I see him now buying stuff to improve his experience.
Oh, for sure.
His second year around. So I think that's the mindset you got to go with.
We're never going to let you suffer.
No.
I mean, suffering is part of the event in general, but it's not existential.
But the suffering is everyone's on the same same level.
Yes,
suffering is on
we'll
the same
bring you up to the same level of suffering.
Yes. All right. So how did this year go overall?
On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being like it was top tier, the best year we've ever had. 1 being like it was abysmal.
I think a 5.
Think a 5?
Okay. I think a 5.
All right.
And it was probably personally, I had all the health issues half the year. Really, I think about it. I was messed up until mid-April, late April.
Yeah, it took you out for a while.
Yeah. No, actually, starting of May, early May, I was still messed up, right? So I was hoping for more support in the back end of things, and that's not counting present company.
No.
But I think overall that could have gone better.
We had a lull.
Yeah,
I'd give it probably a 6.5, pushing a 7.
Okay.
I think because I had a lot of personal successes in that
Fair.
the Mike Force event that we did, the Mobile Guerrilla Force, bringing in the Arvin contingency. Like, we ran multiple meetings prior. We had our own separate chat, answered questions.
Yeah.
And with the exception of a couple of things, like, I think that event was a huge success to bringing in a new group of people. And it was an experiment and it was a risk.
Yeah.
But I think that paid off, as well as it led to a lot of excitement and buzz for the August event. That's why I think it was better. It wasn't a fantastic year. It wasn't an 80 or out of 100, but I thought it was decent.
I think the 5 is too harsh. I think I'll go with the 6. Because
Okay.
if you look at it from an event standpoint, or let's go with our 2 big events. Because Fit was not a bust, because I think the guys who did go got a lot out of it. Like, I think Gavin and DJ went, and they got a lot out of it. And that was not a waste. But the Mobile Guerrilla Force and Green Lightning were successful events for what they were and for what we had to work with in terms of staff and the guys who attended. So yeah, I would say 6.5.
Even like the duffel bag shows, like we had so much that we did throughout the year. Like the one thing that I think detracts from my score is having to postpone FTX, because I was really looking forward to it. But again, the duffel bag shows, and we actually got people to sign up from those, and we met a lot of people that hopefully will come. You know.
Yeah.
We got a lot of good stuff that did happen, even if it's not big picture.
That's fair. So yeah, I'll go with 6.5. 6.5 overall.
Man, I'm just pushing you higher and higher.
I know.
We're going for an 8 next conversation.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully this year. Hopefully 2026 is better. All right. So another thing we talk about for the year-end discussion are highlights from just the year in general. I'll start with one, and I hope I don't steal yours, Stephen.
No, do it.
I think how the Mobile Guerrilla Force event turned out was a highlight, in the sense that we were kind of reluctant with the Arvin kids, where we were like, all right, what are we allowing? Are we giving them free reign of becoming as what they want? And then we realized how young they were, and they were still young, and I think they were mature. Don't get me wrong, they were mature kids, and they did hold themselves high. But I think hopefully they learned a lot last year, and they come back this year that much better. But just how the event worked out would be a highlight to me.
Absolutely.
And I think the events we planned all year, the baseball game, the Christmas party, those turned out to be pretty. They turned out nice. So those are easy highlights. They're highlights every year.
Yeah.
What else?
Yeah, one of my highlights is not anything that I personally experienced, but one thing that I think is one of my favorite BAE war stories of the past year to tell, even though it wasn't even me doing it, and that was the legend of the NVA sapper. Johnny Bullfrog, one of my good, close personal friends, was able to crawl through lines and past the fences and absolutely terrorize the camp, and then at OGL, was able to sneak up to where he was less than 10 feet away from me in the pitch black, and I had no idea he was there.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he was just absolute nightmare to be against. It was good.
You know what's crazy about that too? Like, we were shooting in his direction, and we must have been shooting BBs like right over his head.
Oh, yeah.
Because at one point too, I remember saying to John and whoever was in our little like cubby like area, was I'm like, we're shooting straight out. If they're crawling, we're shooting over them. So like I started like raking the ground.
Yeah.
And we didn't hit him. Like he's like a little worm, like going through, man.
He's
like,
insane. Like when he does that, his chest rig is ditched back there. He has a mag in his pocket, and he is crawling his face through the dirt. Like he takes that level of NVA and NLF and sapper reenactment to the nines, and I love it. I love hearing his stories afterwards, or like when he pops up, he's like, "Oh, hello!" It's hilarious. I love it. He's such a good fighter.
When we call like the index or ceasefire, I'm like, "Wait, you were right there!" Like little shit. Yeah,
it takes one frag, and he could take out the entire officer HQ on multiple occasions this past year, and we shouldn't have let that happen. But props to him. So I love hearing about that. That was
he's a good adversary from the GI's point of view,
for sure.
And like all those new guys, they don't experience anybody doing that.
Oh my God!
They've never experienced anyone doing something like that. So that's really cool. That's really cool. We usually do talk about improvements and sustains. I think we really touched on a lot of this. I think the sustains is keep getting in new guys and ushering them in as easy as possible for them to learn what they need to do and just get those boots on the ground at our events.
Right on.
Right. Improvements. I think we just need more staff involvement. And I'm calling that as the guys who we assume want to be staff, but also guys who may want to help out in the future. If you do have interest in being in the staff, and really the big difference is you're privy to behind the scenes information, and you can contribute ideas to make our lives easier running the events. So if you're interested in something like that, let us know, and we'll talk about it and potentially add you to those communities and those groups. But I don't know what else we have. What else?
We did a lot. We talked about a lot.
We talked about a lot.
So.
The next episode will be in January, and we'll talk about like our big plans for 2026. We don't really want to touch on this. Is more of like what happened this year. But I think the big improvement is for staff. We just killed ourselves, and we talked about this multiple times in previous podcasts that the small group of staff really killed themselves, and it's just not possible to run it on that number of guys. What was it, 6 or 7 guys that were like that skeleton crew? We just don't have. We can't do it. We can't do everything. So we need help, and that's the big improvement I have. Sustains, like I said, new guys, ushering in new guys for sure. Yeah. So
good job.
All right. So before we close out for this episode, Sadie would kill me if I don't mention it, but we do have a sale on the stockings right here. Where are you? Let me get you. So Sabia made these stockings for Green Lightning. They were because the event took place during Christmas, and they're on the website for $25, including shipping. And I'll tell you what, if you order it before Christmas, I'll try to get it out to you before Christmas, and I'll throw in some extra stuff into the stocking.
So, hopefully it's not some coal.
Won't be coal. It'll be stuff that I have on hand. But no, for sure, definitely pick it up. It's on the website. Highly recommended. Sabia made them very nice. If you look at the stitching, it has really nice, like candy cane, black, red and white trim. Very nicely made for what it is. I think $25 shipped is a steal for something this nice. So definitely pick it up, and it's really a fundraiser for us. And as Sabia says, and what BAE FEN and all the AFEN shows from the 60s say, what does it go? What you put into the PX?
The money you spend at BAE comes back to you in other ways.
There you go. Thank you.
This guy's worked at the PX before.
Yes, yeah. I barely go in it. Whatever, okay, whatever. Thanks for watching or listening, guys, and have a good New Year. Expect me to do the Big BAE's Correctmas thank you address. I don't know if I'm going to do it on audio or video. We'll find out. Yeah. All right, guys. Take care.
See you, y'all.
All right, Broken Arrows. You ready to sing our next song?
I'd say we are. Yeah, let's sing it now.
Oh, yeah, Pollock?
Okay.
Okay, Strassy?
Okay.
Okay, John? 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 John!
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ, what?
Christmas, Christmas time is here. Time for toys and time for cheer. We've been good, but we can't wait. Hurry, Christmas, don't be late. What a plane that loops a loop. Me, I want a hula hoop. We can hardly send away. Please, Christmas, don't be late. All right, fellas, we're almost done. That was very good, Paulette.
Naturally.
A little different without the amplifiers, huh, Strassy? Oh. John, you were a little flat. Watch it, John. John? 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 John!
What? I'm smoking cigarettes.
Christmas, Christmas.
hurry fast. Want a plane that moves a loop. I still want a hula hoop. We can hardly stand the wait. This Christmas don't be late. One more time. We can hardly stand the wait. Please Christmas don't be late.
Just trying to get a cigarette.
We got one more for you guys, and then we can enjoy some time at the bar all together. This one we also encourage you to sing along. It's a little more somber, but you'll feel it. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops glisten and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops glisten and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, with every Christmas star alight. May your dreams be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white. Hold on, hold on.
Hold on, here we go.
Hold on. Generals gathered in their masses, fa la 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 la. Just like witches at black masses, fa la 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 la. Evil minds that plot destruction, fa la 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 la. Sorcerer of death's construction, fa la 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 la. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Oh, nuts.
All right.
Way to go.
Time for a Sprite.